We're in orbit of Mustafar right now, supplying Vader with troopers for his castle's stormtrooper battalion, which, if you look at the castle on a surface map, you'll see that it is nestled right in the middle of the Ganon Plains, which is currently bathed in fire, molten lava, and toxic ash, and that got me thinking, no wonder we're viewed as the bad guys. Our boss literally lives in hell. So if you're considering your next galactic getaway when you get discharged, then this is not the destination to choose, like, at all. And today I'm going to tell you why by taking you through this hellish location and the terrifying Fortress Vader. So, you want to learn about the one very dangerous place the Lord Vader calls home. The Imperial Academy, and by extension the Empire, shall not be held liable for any psychological trauma from uncomfortable information, physical harm from and any injuries received from tampering with the locals. So, with those formalities established, if you really want to learn about Mustafar, all you have to do is take a look. Welcome to Mustafar. 53,000 light years from the core, on a brisk day it has an average surface temperature in some areas between 500 to 700 degrees Celsius. With a temperature like that, you will be guaranteed to see nothing but molten rock and bright orange spanning miles in any given direction on the surface. And rather fittingly, this is the planet of residence for Lord Vader himself, and like Vader, it's full of anger and hate towards anything in every general direction. It's hot, rough, noisy, and the lava gets everywhere. Pretty self-explanatory, right? But you're here for the main attraction, the only attraction the planet has on offer. Vader's castle. Or Fortress Vader, whatever you want to call it. Resting high above the Ganon Plains on a cliff face, subtlety did not ever seem to cross the minds of anyone building this place, as this castle is evil in the purest sense of the word. Held deep within, you'll find many dark secrets throughout the vast, winding halls and cavernous depths, as this fortress was built atop an ancient Sith temple, as well as the former residence of the Corvaxes. Built of obsidian, there are rumours among personnel stationed within that the entire fortress is supposedly one giant conduit that allows Mustafar's dark side energy to flow through, with the fortress and the entire planet having an extremely deep dark side connection, allowing someone like Vader to tap into these ancient ways of the Force. But let's be honest, who can tell what's true when it comes to the ancient orders? I mean, they say the castle was designed by a Sith helmet possessed with the soul of the ancient Sith Lord Darth Maul. Ooh. You know, that would explain all the edge this place is packing. You could cut yourself just by looking at it. Within the top floors of the castle, you'll find Vader's personal sanctum, where he is able to rest and repair injuries to himself and damage to his suit. Like the Executor, it also contains a meditation chamber and throne room overlooking the plain, and sporting a stone chair that appears, upon closer examination, to be the most uncomfortable thing on the planet. Literally. Another seemingly large central room acts as a conduit between the front door and Vader's meditation chamber. It is seemingly used as a guest meeting space, allowing him to meet with Imperial officers and non-essential personnel visiting the castle. At least, that's my best guess as to its purpose. Nice view though. When you call something a fortress, you would expect it to be able to defend itself. This place is no exception, with a sizable garrison of troopers stationed within and a large hangar built into the foundation wall. You'll find this area beneath Vader's residence, and sporting the capability to rapidly deploy ships and TIE fighters in order to defend the castle. If you get stationed here, this is where you'll find yourself a majority of the time. Besides that, there isn't really much to the main areas of the castle, with it being very utilitarian and built to serve. I mean, I could mention that there is a prison inside, but if you've watched my Imperial prisons video, then you'll know what they are like. Instead, what truly interests us is what lies beneath the surface, and to find out, we have to go down. Beneath the castle lay a vast subterranean world that once belonged to ancient orders predating even the Republic. We've mentioned the ancient Sith cave and shrine, but what I find far more interesting to talk about would be the fortress of the Corvaxes, existing alongside the Sith temple. You see, long ago, Mustafar was not always a hellish wasteland. It was once bright, sunny and full of life, volcanoes and lava be damned. In this past, Lady Corvax and her husband Dorwin lived peacefully until war struck, Dorwin Corvax being killed in action. Lady Corvax did not take this well, plunging Mustafar into the familiar state we now know when she tried to use a powerful native artifact known as the Bright Star to bring back her dead husband. It failed, leaving the surface inhospitable and forcing the local Mustafarians underground. The Corvax fortress has since long stood the test of time and was a place for Lady Corvax to experiment and build technologies, with access to a huge cavern of crystal which was likely Kyber, with combat droids and lightsabers being the norm, allowing Dorwin to defend their sanctum. The Aeon engine was a creation of Miss Corvax which the Bright Star slotted into, allowing one to harness its energy and power. This was responsible for ruining Mustafar. A lot of these ancient technologies still reside within their fortress, but due to recent events, very few have actually been retrieved.
But something strange is happening. From recent atmospheric and surface analysis, it seems as though Mustafar is improving, gaining the life it had once lost.
The reason for this is not fully clear, but Imperial researchers speculate that during a past break-in of the castle by a smuggler and their droid companion, the Aeon engine and the Bright Star was located and retrieved by the elusive smuggler, Lord Vader eventually taking it for himself, and to cut a long story short, the Aeon engine was destroyed by the unnamed intruder, putting a stop to whatever weird force nonsense Vader was attempting to do with it. This releasing of energy from the engine and the Bright Star is theorized to have reversed the damage caused to Mustafar by Lady Corvax.
So you know what? Despite what the title of this video says, maybe it's not too far-fetched to consider visiting Mustafar in the future. I'd give it a few years though, just to let the volcanic activity die down a bit.
Finally, we have the supposed existence of the Sith Cave, the original reason the castle was built. Unlike the Corvax fortress, from what I could dig up about this place, it was quite small yet channeled a great connection to the dark side of the Force. The castle was built 9 separate times in order for Lord Vader to tap into that dark side energy. He never did, and it was the destruction of this cave which ultimately revealed the Corvax fortress.
So what have we learned today? That Mustafar is an inhospitable hellhole you don't want to visit unless you get assigned there, that it is full of secrets relating to the past, or that the planet is healing, lava cooling and trees growing. Mustafar really is one of the galaxy's most interesting planets, despite its outward appearance. So with that, why not consider leaving a like, commenting and subscribing to start your journey into the Empire today. And with that, long live the Empire and may the Force be with you. Really tapping into the dark side of the Force today, aren't we?